Higher prices mean tough choices. Will you fill your
Nation showed busy skies as the day and the weather wore on. As 4.7 million passengers will be traveling today through Sunday and Monday, which is about 600,000 more per day than fly normally. Planes are at 90% capacity. So the government has opened military air corridors to commercial jetliners along the East Coast to ease congestion. But while it's a nice try, it really boils down to more planes waiting to get to the usual number of gates.
Concern the skyrocketing cost of energy. Crude oil flirted once again with the $100 a barrel mark before closing today at $97.29. And the high cost of oil has a major
cents from $8.99 a pound, about a 4% increase. There's been a 7% rise in wholesale prices.
Web pages. A warning now as Seth Doan concludes our series, The Secret Lives of Teens.
This is video taken by a stalker who, according to one recent survey, 61% of teens reveal where they live on their profiles. 29% give their email address, and 29% even post their last name.
Their estimate, $20 billion spent nationwide. Looking ahead now, retail sales in November and December are expected to hit $474.5 billion. That's up 4% from last year, but it would be the smallest increase in 5 years.
The average consumer is expected to spend about $800 on holiday merchandise, hardly more than last year. And some higher-end labels are worried about a fall-off in business, with 68% of customers saying this year they plan to shop only at the discounters.
We expect
Maritime officials monitoring the rescues say the ship's hull seems to have been punctured below the waterline in a collision with an iceberg. The resulting hole, described as the size of a fist, and possible cracking along the hull allowed water to flood multiple compartments, causing her to list dramatically. In
the meantime, there is shocking news today about often hidden casualties of war, soldiers with brain injuries. Officially, the Pentagon lists about 4,500 soldiers as having suffered brain trauma in Iraq and Afghanistan. But data compiled by USA Today for military records indicates at least 20,000 more troops show signs of brain injury but are not listed.
Potential candidates about character, their philosophies, and leadership styles. You'll hear what they had to say in the days and weeks ahead. It's caught many parents by surprise. Less than a third say they've had an in-depth conversation with their children about prescription and over-the-counter drugs. So all this week we'll be looking at this new epidemic in a special series we're calling Generation RX.
For example, in one instance, $34,000 worth of travel expenses were placed in the budget for the New York City Loft Board.
The West has taken the worst hit, down nearly 7%. The South is close behind. Midwest prices are also off. Only the Northeast has bucked the trend.
The article, published today in the New England Journal of Medicine, estimates the percentage of cancers caused by CT scans, currently 0.4%, will increase to as much as 2%. But it carries a dose 50 to 100 times greater than a traditional X-ray.
That the average American consumes 4,000 milligrams of salt every day. That's nearly twice the maximum recommended daily allowance.
The memo section, starkly titled "What We Want," Kissinger tells Nixon America's best play is to keep the Israeli bombs secret, that what we really want is to keep Israeli possession from becoming an international fact.